Oh, I didn't get this on camera, but I changed the angle of these. They used to be, like, they're wider this way. They used to be this way, but I put them this way. Partly to make the hole in the doorway thinner, to give a bit more play, so if the door shifts or moves at all, it won't like come out and have a space. You know, now it'll overlap a few inches, so it'll be able to move a little bit if something warps or gets dented or whatever. And also, I wanted to have this part thinner, so that when I attach it at the top, well, this part gets hard to explain. Anyway, the door is going to come like this, right against the back of this thing. Oh, come on, light change. Yeah, so it's going to go right up to there, and like the door will come out to here. So it'll press right up against here and make a pretty good seal that will hopefully, you know, keep most of the rain out and bugs and stuff. Let's go check out the top. Hey, the other reason I put this the wide way is because now it fits right behind this top piece which goes across, which means I can put a hinge here. Oh, I had to bend this piece up because it was just flat like this. But this way, this from the front to the back is the same thickness as the door. So if I put a hinge here into the door, it'll be the same thickness and the door will be pressed right up against this thing here. Now the way it was before, this thing was on the side and it stuck way out here, and I don't know how it was going to be easy to attach it. So I think this is good, because I like hinges. They're very reliable, much more reliable than sliding things. So I'm thinking that way should be easy to insulate, because it'll just like come up in a way and right back down, and I can put insulation right up to here and they can just press against it. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out. And then the hinge in the middle will make it so that when it goes up, you won't have this huge door coming out in here like smacking you in the face. It'll bend from like up here somewhere and just go up. Sorry, I would have gone into more detail yesterday when I was actually thinking about it, but the batteries I put in my camera weren't as charged as I had hoped, because I left some down here. But anyway, I charged them good and put them in now. Should be good. Ooh, and check it out, brand new battery, doesn't even have dirt on it or anything. Now it is a little bit annoying that this thing is so high, like there's such a big overhang past it. So, you know, animals can go up there and make their stupid wasps nests and stuff. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I might take this bar up there and move it closer to the bottom. Okay, I decided to leave that stupid thing up there, because if I take it off, it's going to make a bunch of holes and I'll have to fill them in. But I screwed it together up there, and now I have this bottom situation to deal with. Yeah, I picked the building up and put it on bricks, which means, you know, the door stops here, and what do I do down here? Plus it's floppy. So I need to put something here to the bottom that goes into the ground that'll hold this sturdy. One of the obvious things to do would just be to take a pipe, fit it right in here, and smack it with a hammer down into the ground, and then cover this front part with sheet metal and stuff it against the brick somehow. Another idea I'm thinking about is to take some of this polycarbonate, which I have piles of, and glue a couple pieces together to make a shape that'll fit right inside there, real snug, like this side and that side. Pound that into the ground, then bolt it together. Or I could chop up this leftover stuff from the garage door rollers. I decided to go with the polycarbonate. This will fit right in there, into that metal thing. And I'll get it down into the ground pretty deep. Deeper than, well, actually maybe that's good. A little bit deeper. Oh nice, everything's falling over. Anyway, to dig a long skinny hole, post hole diggers work alright. But also just pipe straight up. You can go like this with it. And then it gets all full of dirt. And you can go whack off your pipe against a rock. Gets the dirt out. Then you can do it again. That way you can make a real deep, skinny hole. And I'm going with the polycarbonate because it won't rust. if I put metal in there, you know, eventually it'll rust, and I try to resist putting metal in the ground whenever I can help it. Because, you know, when the ground moves around, it scratches it up, and then the wetness in the ground rusts it, and it just, you know, ends up with a mess. This stuff should last forever, supposedly. Well, that seems to be in there pretty good. And it's fairly flush with the edge. Put a couple screws in to hold it. I think I'll pound it down a little bit more with a hammer too. I'm not gonna concrete this in because the building might shift and I might want to move this a little bit. Besides, I wanted to try just pounding the ground and seeing how some compacted earth worked. All screwed in and looking good. And there's the second one. So now basically I've got the rectangle pretty solid to put the door in, except for the bottom. I don't know how it's going to connect to this dirt down here, but that's okay because I can put it up there with the hinges and get it attached to the wall. But what's the door look like? I guess I'm just going to take those panels, attach 3 of them together for the top part, I think, and then 2 together for the bottom part, maybe, something like that. Now there's 2 reasons I didn't go with doors that were hinged on the side and open like that. You know, it could be one on each side, like big barn doors. One is because they'll totally be in the way. Like if it opens out, then I can't walk past here. If it opens in, then I don't know, I'll have to like make sure the way is always clear in here. But if they go up, then they're not in the way of anything. And the other thing is, with doors on hinges like that, if they swing out and in, the weight will change on the wall. So when they swing out or in or wherever they go, they'll pull on the wall in that direction. And I don't need extra weight shifts changing things in the building, because that'll just make it wear out faster. Okay, so like doors. I think this one's going to be the top piece because its top edge is fairly straight. I don't know if I want to attach this one up first, or attach these 2 together and then put them up, or attach 3 together and put them up. The more I attach together, the heavier it'll be. Maybe I'll just try putting one up and then strap the other one up next to it. Yeah, I think I got it. Here's one of my personal favorite ways to lift something into position. Just counterbalance it with something roughly the same weight on the other side with the rope going over the thing. And now when I lift this, it stays. Excellent. Got the first one up there on a hinge screwed in, and now I've got the second one just attached with clamps right now. So I'm making something to screw the bottom one to the top one with. The back's screwed on, and I have to screw the front on, you know, so the bottom part can't flap in. So right now it's kind of flexible. So I need to put a piece right there. Although I want the door to kind of bow out a little bit so that when I lock it down at the shut at the bottom here, like it'll press against and flatten out and be real tight. So down here, I'm gonna jam like a penny or something in there just so the door bows just a tiny bit. Yeah. Excellent. Fits pretty snug and everything. Now one more piece attached to that, and then a hinge, and then the bottom flappy piece. Oh yeah, since you couldn't see them on the inside, it was too dark. That's what I'm attaching them with. Ooh, this is very exciting stuff. Oh man, is it ever pouring out. And fish boxes are getting unfishy. Well, it's pouring out there, but at least I got the door situation under control. I'm gonna go get something to eat or something.